Morning guys, welcome to what I think is the recap for day 89 and 90, which takes me into my last 10 days of the 100 days challenge, which is crazy. Yep, these 100 days have just absolutely flown this time. I don't know, I know there was a point where I was like, man, this is taking forever, but now when I look back, I'm like, I don't know where this time went. So recapping over the weekend, I'll show you guys some footage of what I did over the weekend. I didn't get a lot of footage, but to keep it simple, what I did on the Saturday, or Saturday morning, it was I finished up page 13, which is done. So you guys would have seen me working on page 13 the other day, which essentially is where Abby pulls out her door device, throws it, and pretty much drags Geordie in, and they're ready to go into a whole new dimension. So one of the last things I needed to do was I had to redraw one of the panels and ink that one. So I think where I left off, I was just starting to ink that. So I finished that one off. That page is 100% done now. So page 13 is finished, which keeps me 3 pages ahead of schedule for posting, which is great. Still do want to get a little bit further ahead. My intention originally was, like, for Saturday, didn't have huge plans for Saturday. It was supposed to be just sort of a chill kind of day, but I got up early to do that work. I should say the evening before as well. The evening before, I actually spent a bit of time working on the client job, just to, you know, I really obviously need to keep momentum on that. And I got a bit slack, which is not good. So I sent them about, I think I did the type pencils on about 5 of the illustrations, sent those off, and they got approved on Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. Oh, that's right. Well, Friday I started my weekend off by going to see the Avengers. That was absolutely fantastic, and gut-wrenching and exciting, and I highly recommend you see it, and I won't say anything more than that, but I just will say that it was thoroughly enjoyed by myself and my wife. Yeah, looking forward to the next installment. Yeah, so, you know, we had a late night. I didn't get a lot done, just, you know, a little bit, and then, yeah, so Saturday. Saturday, did my inking, finished that. I had to go out and do the shopping. Jazz wanted to come out with me, which put a damper on my plans because I was going to do some shopping for Mother's Day, which I'll have to do probably this week now. I have to go out and get a haircut and chop this mop off before my sister's wedding on Saturday, so I'll probably do it at the same time. But, oh man, I'm just having to be fair, this is my first coffee today. Yeah, so my intention was go shopping, get those little bits and pieces done. We didn't have a whole lot of plans for the rest of the day. So I was going to draw. That was my intention, to just draw for the rest of the day. You know, and help out around the house and pack and stuff like that as well, but mostly draw. And Lee has the, like, pages 14, 15, and 16 already written. Like, the rest of it's all written, but, you know, he's put it in script form ready for me to go, which he's been sort of doing as we're going with the comic. So my intention was to thumbnail those, get the pencils done, and then hopefully, you know, have them ready to ink this week, which would have been fantastic. That did not happen. Instead, I ended up working on the children's book, inking that. My thought process was, you know, I want to get ahead on that. I'd rather get that finished because that's a paying job, and I'd rather have that money at the moment, you know, when we really need it. But aside from that, also, I ended up doing a bit of packing. April was being a real pain over the weekend, like with her naps. She just didn't want to have her naps at all. So I think I probably spent like an hour on the couch trying to get her down for a nap, and like, not like trying to fall, like, we were just sort of resting on the couch and she was just sort of laying on me, and you know, she really wasn't keen. And it's, you know, that always throws a spanner in the day, but that's sort of the nature of kids, is you can never guess what they're going to be like through the day, so they're always the wild card at any given day. So you can have a really good solid plan, and then they just, you know, just throw that spanner in the works, and then you're, you know, all eyes on them, and, you know, throws out whatever you were doing or whatever you planned to do, etc. So once that was done, like, I was sort of out of the mood to draw, and I just, you know, kept packing up, and I packed up my desk and a little bit more of the studio and stuff. So nearly there. Most of it's packed. A lot of it we can't really pack until sort of the last week, just because, you know, it's things, you know, it's our clothes, it's our kitchen utensils, it's you know, the things we use on a day-to-day basis. So we're trying to avoid packing that stuff until the last week. Yeah. And then Sunday morning I woke up early as usual. I did my 4:30 stint. This time I didn't have anything to any pages to draw, because I didn't thumbnail or pencil anything. What I had done though the day before, which I forgot to mention, I was working on some environment concepts, and I was drawing the door dimension. So I drew a rough sketch of that. My perspective is off, like, it's not great. It's just sort of me playing and sort of doing, not guesswork, like, you know, try to put it together as best I can, but at the same time just quickly, just so I could get something together, and so I could ink it, so I could actually get an idea of how this world looks once I've, you know, put my inks down. So that's what I spent Sunday morning doing, was, I suppose, concept art for the comic, and I'm really happy, and that's the video that you'll see at the end of this. Next to that, we went to the zoo and had a fantastic day. We went with a couple of friends who they wanted to take their daughter, who hadn't been yet. And we're like, yeah, well, you know, if you want, we'll come along. And they said, yeah, cool. So that was really fun. You know, we've been to the zoo a few times now this year because we've got memberships. So for us, it was just sort of having to wander around and, you know, just sort of enjoying it again. But one thing that I took advantage of while I was there was taking photography. So I took a ton more photos while I was there of, like, trees and tree textures and different plants, the way different plants look and how they grow, the different types of leaves they have, even some of the structures, because the zoo, they make, you know, they try and build these environments as best they can to suit the animals in there. So some of the environments in there were really cool. So I took a few photos of those, and I'll upload those onto my Flickr account, possibly today or tomorrow, so you guys can check them out. I'll try and remember to post a link to my Flickr account below as well, so if you guys want to steal any of those reference photos that I've been taking, you can. I also got Jazz to take a ton of photos of the city, like the cityscapes and everything, while we were driving, so I need to download those off her phone and upload them to Flickr as well. So yeah, just really loading up on all that reference. That's the downside of digital, is you can just snap, but at the same time it's great because you can get as many angles as you want. Yeah. Then came home. We just you know, we left really early, so we came home about maybe 2 o'clock, and then we just chilled out for the day. You know, April had a bit of a nap. We chilled out on the couch. Jazz watched a bit of telly, and I did some drawing. So again, being the children's book, I just inked it. Got about 4 pages inked, and sent those to the customer and waiting for a reply on that. Then we had dinner and everything, got all that out of the way, and I got back into Monkey Junk. So I thumbnailed the next 2 pages, and then I did the type pencils on page 14. This one was cool because we're actually trying to figure out exactly how the door dimension is going to look now that we're officially drawing it. I've always had a solid idea in my head, but then I had a bit of another idea of what we could do. I tried that out, and then we said, well, look, if we do this, I mean, this is kind of how I imagine future city to look, or yeah, that's going to put an impact on it. People aren't going to be able to recognize it instantly. So we kind of put a scrap on that idea. We kept about half of it, and then I just fixed it all up. So essentially it was going to be sort of like a mental asylum corridor, forever going corridor without a roof, and then you would see the cityscape behind it. You know, that's also part of, you know, the door dimension. There's more doors in all those buildings. And then we decided, well, the cityscape probably we shouldn't keep, because once we get to Future City, you know, they're going to have cityscapes and the buildings are going to be very similar, and by doing so we're going to confuse people. So we've come up with a few little ideas of how we can keep the identities of all the, you know, these different worlds unique. But we fixed it up. I'll chuck a photo up at the end as well for you guys to check it out, see how it looks, just the pencils. I didn't finish this page off, which sucked, because, you know, I would have liked to have worked on it this morning, but because I hadn't finished it, and because I know I'll work on Monkey Junk tonight, I decided not to wake up early. So I actually had a sleep in today, which was fantastic. I got up, I got an extra hour and a half sleep before I had to get up, which was really nice. It was good. And now I'm just on my way to work, and here I am. And that's my update. So it was a long weekend. There was a lot of art, there was a lot of other things, just, you know, a lot of relaxing, a lot of packing, a lot of drawing, a lot of family time, a lot of driving. Yeah, but it was good. Yeah, I'm sad that Monday's here, because I kind of wish I had that extra day to just keep on going. Yeah, get those pages thumbnail, or get those pages penciled. So that'll probably be my attack tonight. Is I'm going to finish penciling page 14. The last panel I was having a bit of difficulty with, so maybe I'll have an idea about that today. And then I got to do the next. I'll pencil the next page, and then I'll have 2 pages ready to go. We'll just see how we go from there. Alright guys, I'll leave you alone. Thanks for watching my very boring, talky update. I guess it was pretty much mostly art related. I still need to get a chance to start putting all my other videos together now. I've only got about 10 days, so I need to start thinking about and working on my comic making hacks videos. And also, worth mentioning that Monkey Junk goes public on Friday, so for those of Saturday. So for those of you who are interested, just one more week and you'll be able to read it. And I believe the way I've set it up, you'll be able to get the first 3 pages go live on Saturday. So it's cool. I think it'll be Friday for everyone over in the States, or, you know, that side of the world. For Australia and New Zealand and whatnot, it'll be Saturday. Alright, I kept rambling, so there you go. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you all tomorrow.